Damn, I messed up. We gotta go bald, fam.
Oh shit!
Oh, what's up? As I can see from the intro, you know what the video is about. I'm just here gonna talk about. Well, it's mostly a question, and then like also I'm going to like probably give out my own reasons why people basically care about this subject so much to the point of like it's causing like discourse and all that stuff. So guessing from the title and the thumbnail and even from the intro, which I probably like put a funny ass intro or something like that, then the topic will probably be like comic book, mostly comic book accuracy. I'll probably change it to like I'm mostly talking about like superhero suits or how accurate people care about how accurate the suits can be within these movies, whether it's a movie series, animated show, video game, whatever, you know. Like it's just a simple question, honestly. Like I'm going to like ask the question, you know, why do people care so much about how comic book accurate a superhero costume is? Well, not just superhero costume, like the character from like a comic book, you know, how accurate that costume can be, if anything, you know. And also I'm also going to give my personal reasons and understanding and what I've seen from like how fans talk about the subject, you know, whether they talk about it like generally or disingenuously, whichever reasons they have, you know. So I think like the first like obvious reason in my eyes why so many people talk about it is basically to the mind of like, especially to like a comic book fan, if the director of the project that they're, you know, adapting from like the comics, if they like get the suit right, whether it looks comic book accurate or not, it will basically like gauge in their minds, okay, how much the person working on this, how much do they care about, you know, the source material or the thing that they're working on that's based off this story or comic book story or based on like a character, you know. Because obviously from the intro that you watched, like I'm obviously talking about, you know, like Guy Gardner and, you know, his funny ass like bob cut, and also going to be talking about like Superman and his like red underpants and stuff like that. This also doesn't just extend to like DC, it's pretty much any superhero movie, if anything, or project, like not just like DC or Marvel, but even like stuff that's based off the Image comics and the other stuff, like, you know, like Invincible, the Boys, you know, stuff like that. Like I can keep on naming, but you know, oh yeah, the Boys is like, it's a pretty good example because the Boys from like the comic books are like way different in terms of looks. It was not just like looks, but even like the way the characters like act and even like the plot, like it's completely different from like the comic books, which depending on who you ask is either like a good thing or a bad thing. You know, me personally, because I enjoy that show so much, I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. So like I know people would make the arguments, well, what are they vary from like the source material, so that means I spam. I'm like, no bro, like it's not that deep, man. Like to me it's honestly not that serious. As long as the thing that they're adapting and what they've adapted is good, I'm talking about the show, then, you know, for the most part, like I won't say I won't care, but like, okay, this is good enough that it can stand on its own, even if it's not an adaptation. And if it is an adaptation, now we can talk about, if it is then an adaptation, then the whole like argument about it is that how faithful is the adaptation of it compared to like its source material. Because then like, okay, now we're no longer talking about costume thing, because which I've already stated my opinion. Now we're talking about, okay, how accurate is this from the source material, and especially like people will, like then talk about it viciously, especially if the thing is like is mid or like is, God forbid, like terrible, you know. Example that I can bring up is like, well, okay, I'm trying to go through like my mirror. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the Halo show. Like, I think the Halo show was like, the first season of it anyways was like, I didn't like it. Like I thought it was ass. Like it wasn't good or anything like that. And that show, like, honestly, I don't know if it was an adaptation or they were just like making stuff up as they went along. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, you know, like they were introducing like characters that I'm like, bro, is this like, if it is based off a story, then hey, let me know, like in the comments, or one comment or two, then I would like to know. But yeah, like if it is based off something, then yeah, it is like a terrible adaptation in that case, right? In which case, all right, cool. Now the only things that they got right in that was like the Master Chief's suit but and honestly, that's about it really. Maybe like the designs, like maybe the way like the elites like looked like or something like that, you know? Like that's probably it. Like everything else was like like I didn't like it honestly. Like it was very like mediocre, and yeah, I didn't even like bother checking out second season. It's probably like more of the same, if somehow was, you know. So yeah, I completely like delved into the anatomy, but yeah, like this would probably be like a different video altogether, but it's still like is related to that. This can also like include like video games, comic books, novels, manga, you know. Oh yeah, manga is you feel like with the mangas that I can take it to where like oh yeah, people may not like the anime because of like the art style. I think like what was it like? It was a show that I watched last year. It was a very good show by the way. Yeah, oh okay, it was Kaiju number 8. Yeah, that's the show I'm referring to. Where like there's a particular sect of people who are basically like who would it was mostly a nitpick in my opinion because I'm talking about the fact that oh yeah, the show didn't like look like the manga, like his art style at the very least, which I mean that's literally like most anime. But some people were specifically talking about the way certain characters were drawn, like how their face structure looked like and whatever the hell. I think they also like I think they there was like a character who is supposed to be like I think like dark skin or black, and then like I think they lightened them up just a little bit in the anime. Like I don't know if it's like I'm something like that. Yeah. So yeah, Kaji number 8, and what else? That's pretty much any like new gen like anime nowadays, especially if it has a manga that like people are like will talk about it like or this doesn't like look like the original manga art or it isn't even close to it to begin with, even though it's damn near is close to it, you know. Like I'm currently watching Sakamoto Days. I've been enjoying that. I haven't watched the second episode weirdly enough for some reason. I just need to like have time for it, that is. But I watched the first episode of it, and yeah, I I really enjoyed it a lot, honestly. Like, but I don't know like how the manga fans have reacted to it. But so far it's pretty good. So yeah, oh man, like I diverged. But yeah, the original question is like I want to like the question is this is in relation to like superhero or comic books in general. This is like mostly a question now because I'm very curious and I like discussing this type of things, especially with like stuff like my homies back at school and stuff like that. So yeah, why do y'all care so much about this? I've already said my reasons. Then in that, or if the director puts like a lot of thought into like the costume design, then they do care about it. But if it's like the complete opposite, then it's like okay, they don't care about it from the perspective of a comic book fan, I guess. So yeah, but I also like would like to hear the other reasons that I've that weren't stated in this video. It could be like not just comic book, but it could be like manga, like a video game adaptation, just whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah. What will be the next video about? Yeah, next video will be like whatever, I guess. I'm just trying to get my bearings right. I just came back from the gym and stuff like that, so yeah, I'm pretty tired, I guess. Still using the phone microwave. Microwave? What the hell? Oh man, I'll probably cut that. We'll see. Yeah, the microphone of like from my phone, from my headsets. Yeah, headphones. Yeah, I'm just yapping at this point. Next video will probably like I'm still workshopping it, but yeah, I aren't like by the time you listen to this video, I'll probably like upload during the weekend or earliest like Thursday or Friday. We'll see. Yeah, like I said, like this channel is just be like anything. Oh, it's 10 minutes now. Okay. Next time, I guess. Bye. Alright, this is after I done my first recording of this vid. I'm just trying to like make my first recording of this vid. I'm just trying videos like as short as because at the end I was literally just like yapping at the end, which I'll probably like cut out most of it if anything. So what's the next video? Oh yeah, like this one probably like I'm kind of excited to make. It will be like talking about parasocial relationships and how and why people should stop idolizing certain people and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it. That's about it, I guess.